honored and distinguished guests, colleagues from the Southeast Asian region and abroad, ladies and gentlemen, I deeply regret that I was unable to travel to Myanmar in person to be present at this exciting event. I thank the organizers for allowing me the opportunity to present this short video message. A few months ago, I met several colleagues from Myanmar at an event hosted by Narit in Thailand. Although we had been in contact via email before, this was the first time I had met these colleagues in person. I came away from these meetings with great enthusiasm for the work that is being done in Myanmar and the amazing people driving it. I may not have been able to attend this meeting, but I fully intend to visit your beautiful country in future and contribute in whatever way I can to your incredible efforts in the astronomy field. Dear colleagues, we live in a complex, ever-changing world. It is a time of uncertainty, driven both by significant natural factors such as climate change, as well as the intricate global political landscape. Yet in this environment, human beings continue to demonstrate resilience and resolve. We are an adaptable species whose greatest strength may be in our ability to empathize, support, and help our fellow human beings. I come from the African continent, even though my ancestral roots come from Asia. In Africa, as in many other parts of the world, we are constantly adapting to the many challenges facing our continent, the challenges facing our countries, and the challenges facing our neighborhoods. Innovation is not a luxury, it is a survival imperative. While the world grapples with changes brought about by the Fourth Industrial Revolution, we look at the youth of the planet and ask ourselves how we can empower them to take us even beyond the expectations we have for ourselves. How can we nurture a generation so innovative that they will allow us to leapfrog global technology and development in order to lift our people, the human species, from the daily hardships that we face in every part of the world? This is fundamentally what drives us at the Office of Astronomy for Development. We challenge ourselves every day to find ways in which we can harness the incredible power of astronomy, from its technological, scientific, and cultural impacts on society, to positively influence global sustainable development goals. The Office of Astronomy for Development was established in 2011 through a joint partnership between the International Astronomical Union and the South African National Research Foundation, with strong support from the South African Department of Science and Technology. Since 2011, the OAD has administered over €500,000 in IAU grant funds, which was awarded to 106 projects that reached over 85 countries across the world, with several in the Southeast Asian region. There have also been 9 regional offices established around the world, based in Armenia, China, Colombia, Ethiopia, Jordan, Nigeria, Portugal, Thailand, and Zambia, with 2 of these offices serving as a joint language center for Chinese and Arabic, and 1 serving as a dedicated language center for Portuguese. In parallel, the OAD has registered over 600 volunteers and formed 9 partnerships with organizations sharing in the OAD vision. The Southeast Asian Regional Office of Astronomy for Development was one of the first regional offices to be established, and in many ways has set an example for others to follow. This region has always been close to my heart, both because of its incredible people, as well as its capacity to drive visionary activities such as the National Astronomical Research Institute of Thailand. I have great hope for this region, and I want to re-emphasize my commitment that the OAD will do whatever we can to support your many initiatives. There are 4 important developments I would like to note, which will enable us to better support your work. 1. The International Astronomical Union is currently developing a new strategic plan, which will be voted on at the next IAU General Assembly taking place in Vienna in August 2018. The work of the Astronomy for Development community and the OAD will feature strongly in this plan and clarify the objectives of using astronomy for global development. 2. Just last month, the International Council for Science, or ICSU, and the International Social Science Council, or ISSC, took a decision at their respective General Assemblies to merge these two international science organizations. This is a significant development that recognizes the importance of all sciences to work together to contribute to addressing the challenges facing our world. The Astronomy for Development community is ideally placed, with the OAD being in existence for over 6 years, to demonstrate the importance of this principle of science for development. 3. During 2017, we have made 2 key appointments relating to the OAD. One is the appointment of the OAD astronomer, a senior position to allow for a greater level of interaction between the academic world and the development world. And the other is the much anticipated appointment of the OAD fundraiser, who will help drive the fundraising efforts for the Global Astronomy for Development Network. We are pleased to have entered into negotiations for the establishment of a 10th regional office of Astronomy for Development. This is the last point, point number 4. We are pleased to have entered into negotiations for the establishment of a 10th regional office of Astronomy for Development, which will be for the European region. We hope to complete negotiations and launch the office during the first half of 2018. This is a significant development because it adds an astronomically advanced region to the so-called family of regional offices, thus adding a different and much needed dimension to our efforts to use astronomy for global development. Dear colleagues, astronomy is not going to change the world alone. It can only be a humble part of the solution. Perhaps the cutting-edge technology in astronomy, driven by our quest to understand the universe, will spin off into significant societal applications. Perhaps the ability of astronomy to stimulate an interest in mathematics and science will help empower the next generation with skills needed to navigate the future. Or perhaps the immense perspective that astronomy brings us will influence people to treat others who may be different from ourselves with greater respect and tolerance. We can only try our best to ensure that every aspect of this incredible ambition to explore the universe and expand human knowledge will ultimately influence all humans on this planet. With these words, I reiterate my commitment and the commitment of the Office of Astronomy for Development to continue to support this region and this country in whatever ways we are able. I wish you well in your deliberations over the course of the SEAAN meeting, and I look forward to visiting the region again one day. I humbly thank you.